Hey guys, what's going on? So again, come up with a new video, and this time we will discuss about when to issue delivery challan. So suppose you are a person and you are wondering like when to issue delivery challan. So in this video, you will find your answer. So rule number 55 of the CGST rule provide for the issuing of the delivery challan and what exactly are the content of the delivery challan and in how much copy you have to issue it. So rule number 55 provide for the issuance of the delivery challan. So there are only 4 circumstances in which you are required to issue a delivery challan. So that is itself provided in rule number 55. First one is when you are a supply of liquid gas where the quantity is not known. So the first situation is where there is a supply of liquid gas but you don't know the quantity of such liquid gas. So I know that these cases will be applicable on only a few guys, so you don't need to remember this. Second one, when the transportation of goods for job work. So when you transport the goods for the job work, you have to issue the delivery challan, and you means principal person, principal supplier. So you are a principal supplier and you sending the goods to the job worker. So principal supplier need to issue delivery challan. So you know that in case of a job work, the transportation, like when the principal supplier move the goods to the job worker, it is not even a supply. So in those cases, because you should have some document, you should have some kind of a document so that it can be proved like you are supplying the goods or you are delivering the goods something to some person. So therefore, in case of a job worker, when you means the principal supplier moving the goods for the place of business of the job worker, then the principal supplier need to issue the delivery challan for transportation of goods for job work. Next situation, transportation of goods for reason other than by way of supply. So this clause is in a lot of people have the doubt regarding this clause, like what will be the circumstances which will be applicable in this clause. So it is written like a transportation of goods for reason other than by way of supply. So when you can say that this clause is applicable on you. So let me tell you some example like when this will happen, like what exactly are the example of it. So the example of it will be like, suppose when you are delivering something on a free of cost, like you are giving something for a free sample, then in those cases instead of tax invoice you have to issue delivery challan, because free of cost goods or free sample is not a supply in the GST, because in those cases there is no consideration involved. So therefore free sample is not supply, but you have to issue the delivery challan instead of tax invoice. Next situation can be like when you are selling the goods on the approval basis or sale on approval basis. So you know that when there is a sale of approval basis, then at the time of delivering or transporting the goods, it is not even a supply, because you don't know that whether it will be supply or not, because that is in the hand of the recipient. Like he will accept it, then only we can treat it as a supply. And the law itself provide that when you are transporting the goods for sale on approval basis, it will not be even a supply. So in those cases the supplier will issue the delivery challan. And the next situation can be like in case of works contract. So when you know that works contract is a service, deemed service under GST, and you also know that lot of works contract is very much longer, like for the 1 year, 2 year. So in the GST there is a concept of continuous supply of service. So in case of a continuous supply of service, the supplier will issue the invoice when there is the 3 circumstances provided in the law, like when the supplier is providing the works contract service and it is very long term, that it will be treated as the continuous supply service, and the time of issue of invoice will be like when in the contract you know that the due date of receiving the payment, then the time of issue of invoice will be on or before the due date of receiving payment. When there is no due date of receiving the payment in the contract, then when the time when you receive the payment. Or in those cases where there is a set parameter like happening of certain event or circumstances on which you are required to issue or you are in a position to receive the payment, then on the happening of each such event you have to issue invoice. But suppose in case of works contract, you are also required to deliver something from your place of business to the site, to the working site. So how will you move the goods? And you know that when you deliver the goods from your place of business to the site, then it will not be like, because invoicing will be issued as per the invoicing provision of the continuous supplier service, but you have to be, you have some document should be with you when you are delivering the goods from your place of business to the site. So therefore in those cases also delivery challan will helpful to you. You have to issue the delivery challan and the goods should be transported or accompanied by the delivery challan in those cases where there is a works contract and the value or the time period of contract is very longer. So in case that is a continuous supplier service, but the time of issue of invoice will be maybe at a different point of time. So for the time being, when you are delivering the goods from your place of business to the site, you have to issue delivery challan. So that are the three circumstances in which that clause will be applicable. And the fourth clause is such as the supplier as may be notified by the board. So the board will notify when they will think about it, like people will tell to the board like, this is my business and please do something. That board will notify in the future what are the circumstances in which the supplier need to issue the delivery challan. So those are the only four circumstances in which the supplier need to issue delivery challan. And when there is also e-way bill requirement, like when e-way bill will be applicable on you, then you should accompany it, or the person in charge of conveyance should be accompanied by the delivery challan also, in case the tax invoice is not there. So that is also requirement. And for the content of delivery challan and for other detail, you can also check out rule number 55 of the GST rule, where you can find your answer. And the content is like, there is a lot of things which you have to mention in the delivery challan, like taxable value is also there, and then the rate of taxes will also be there. So there are a lot of things like HSN, and then the consignee name, address, like something like this, all the things is there. You can also check it out. So that's how it will work. Those are the cases in which you need to issue delivery challan. And you also have to give the detail of delivery challan in GSTR 1 table number, I think 13, where you have to issue like how much delivery challan you issued during that period, how much you cancel, and what is the exactly number of delivery challan you issued during that period. So you also have to give the detail of delivery challan in GSTR 1 also. So that is the video which is regarding the delivery challan, because a lot of people have the doubt regarding delivery challan, especially in clause number C, like when are the circumstances in which those cases will be applicable. So that is the cases. So now let me know also in the comment section like which video you want to see in the next video, or if you have the query then you can ask me on the comment section. If that would be cool, I will make separate video to give the answer of your queries. And if you're not the part of the channel, then please subscribe to the channel for regular update, and also turn on the damn notification button so that you can get the idea like how or when I upload the video, every time you upload the video. And also I also opened up a discussion tab, or you can say community tab, where you can post your query so that I can get the idea like how much query is getting. Instead of writing on the comment section, you can write your query onto that community tab so that I can get the idea. Alright guys, so now we will meet again in the next video. Till then, bye bye.